Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty and I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. As you can see by the excitement on my freaking face, you guys, I'm excited as heck. I just received the Gourmande Girls Mermaid Magic palette and the Call of the Sirens palette, and these were sent to me in PR. I do have an affiliated code with Gourmande Girls. It is Riri10 for 10% off. That works on the palettes separately. It does not work if you buy the bundle. First up is the Mermaid Magic. This is the blush slash highlight palette. You can also use these obviously on other places if you so choose to. And of course I'll pop up swatches and everything for you guys. Then we have the Call of the Sirens eyeshadow palette. And it has beautiful packaging. I love the color story. I like the layout of this. The packaging is really beautiful. They do both have mirrors. And I think cohesively they look absolutely stunning together. So I'm incredibly excited. Let me pop up some swatches. We'll dive right in. Alright, hopefully those swatches were helpful to you guys. If you know, you know. First of all, I love Gourmande Girls. Second of all, of course, I love indie brands. I have a soft spot in my heart and soul. But, you guys, I love all things magical, mystical, fantasy, fantastical, fairies, mermaids, unicorns, all of the above. So when I saw this, y'all, I was extraordinarily excited. I am quite behind on getting this. My package did get delayed, and then by the time it came, I was already out of town. So I just got back into town, so I'm trying to get this up for you guys. I am going to go ahead and go into the blush first. And I think I'm going to aim for purples today and do like a purpley eye look. That's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Neptune and not pick up too much because I don't know how pigmented this is going to be. Okay, not super punchy out the gate, which I'm fine with. I'm okay building. Ooh, very pretty. Ooh. A little bit lighter and kind of more milky than I tend to kind of go with blushes. I am going to see if we can amp it up a little bit more. I feel like we absolutely can. And if you are somebody that you're looking at this and you're like, girl, no, I'm never wearing pink or orangey or purpley type blushes and stuff like that, or highlighters, use it for your eyes. Or, you know, skip this and go straight for the palette. I do also like, because there's not a whole lot of like super light shades as far as the shimmers go in the palette, and a lot more of those shimmers in there are a little bit more opaque. I like that this lends itself to us being able to use these as eyeshadow toppers, inner corner shades, things like that. So you can definitely build it up a little bit. I do not know how this would look on deeper skin tones. It can tend to look a little bit ashy sometimes, so just putting that out there. I think it's really pretty though. The formulation looks really nice and it blended out incredibly well. Now I'm gonna go into a thin highlight brush. This is super like long and flimsy, and I'm gonna go into La Mer and pick up just a little bit. I feel like this might be a little bit too opaque for the face, but we will see. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that would be beautiful in the inner corner. I think that might be what we have to do, y'all. A little bit sparkly, like actually has like a little bit more glitter in it than I anticipated it having on the face. And I always come up kind of into my eye look. Normally I would do my eye look first and then do this, but I kind of like to blend like my highlighter shade with the actual eye look. This kind of is reminding me a little bit of the Noctilucent palette, where it can look a little bit kind of textured and a little bit flaky upon first application. As you can see, it's kind of a little bit too much right now, but then I find that as you really kind of manipulate it into the skin, it really does become a little bit more smooth, and then you kind of get that really beautiful kind of ethereal, very, very high shine look. Ooh, okay, that's beautiful. I think, let me do this one on my nose just so we can kind of see what it looks like. Like I have a little bit too much on. I'm just going to take my little dry sponge and just press over. So the purple blush is okay. I don't know that I would reach for it again as a blush, but I would more so use probably this one as like more of an eyeshadow or something, but these two right here really called to me. Like this one is gorgeous. So that is the blush palette, the Mermaid Magic palette. Next up is the Call of the Sirens palette. I want to aim, I know I'm wearing aqua, I'm wearing one of my merch pieces, but it has like purple striations kind of throughout it, so that's why I felt like I wanted to go more purple. I think I am going to stick to that plan. We'll just kind of see what happens. And I'm going to work from dark to light, so I think I'm going to go ahead and come right down here first. I'm going in with a pretty small pinched brush. This is the REFERRAL number 13. Not a whole lot of kick up, and oh my gosh, that picked up a lot, and it is quite deep and intense. I'm going to start very, very low. Wow, that is beautiful. And this one versus like this one and this one is got like a little bit more kind of pinkiness to it. This one is a true deep dark eggplant shade, and then this one's more of a royal purple. You would have, of course, you know, seen the swatches, so hopefully you can kind of see that difference. Holy crap, that is pigmented. Yeah, I definitely feel like less is more here. You do not need a lot. Again, keeping it really low because I want to build on this with the other purple shades. And because I do already have my base done, a lot of times I don't. I am going to go ahead and kind of continue using that same shade and come to the lower lash line and just connect the look to the top and bottom. Ooh, and as pigmented as that is, I don't know if you guys saw, I barely tapped in. You can see how light of an application I'm able to achieve, and then how pigmented I can also get it. Ooh, okay, I love this color. Yeah, crazy pigmented, but also very, very easy to blend out. And if you do have brown eyes, y'all look. Purple eyeshadows and brown eyes, they're perfect together. I'm just saying. I'm gonna tap off my brush. I always keep a little towel down here. And then I'm gonna go into, I feel like that's tonally the same, so I'm not gonna mess with that one. So I'll come up here to the shade Unicorn. And fun fact about myself, I used to have a massive collection of unicorns. I collected dolphins and unicorns when I was younger, and then I was collecting unicorn things all the way up until literally a couple of years ago. And we did end up moving. We downsized and went from 2,400 square foot to 1,000 square foot. So, you know, that is why my background has kind of changed considerably over the past few years, and why I don't have all that kind of stuff like as display stuff anymore. It's just because I didn't have room for it. This one is also incredibly pigmented. I think I want to bring this one all the way over. We'll just see what happens. Look, y'all, I am one of those let's trust the process type of people. Incredibly pigmented. but also incredibly blendable. As you can see, I'm able to feather those edges really, really easily. Oh yeah, y'all, I think I'm gonna love this palette. I will say I was kind of shocked at, I guess, like the level of depth slash jewel tones, because for me personally, like if this was completely repackaged as like a winter type palette, I would believe it was for winter time. So I mean, I would have liked to seen a couple of really soft pastel-y shades in here too, or maybe even like a white. But yeah, overall I really like the color story. I do think though that for me personally, I would get more use out of this in the like fall months. And I'm not always somebody that's like, oh, I can only wear this kind of makeup during this time or whatever. My thing for me is that I get incredibly tan and I have a very golden undertone. So a lot of these kind of more moody, dusty shades in the summertime just don't look the best on me. That's all. All right, I'm gonna go back into that original shade. And I think I'm gonna bring it over a little bit more. That is stunning, you guys. A lot of times with purples like this, I mean, this is very, very richly pigmented. A lot of times with these types of shades, they do not blend the best. And holy, that's blending great. Back into this shade. Again, kind of keeping this a little lower because I do want to go in with that other shade. Beautiful though. So yeah, I was like, oh, that's darker than I anticipated, which it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's still incredibly beautiful. Flipping the brush over, picking up the lighter of the purples. And basically when I work from dark to light, I want to lay down each shade and then I'm kind of kissing the edge. You can see there's a very clear gradient between the darker one, the mid-tone one, and the lighter one. And that's just my preference. Now you could always go in and work from light to dark. That's literally personal preference, you guys. But I like to go in, use all of the shades first, kind of get to where I want to be as far as my blend. And then I tend to kind of go back in and I'll pick up more and kind of intensify maybe if I've lost a shade or if I want a little bit more of one shade. Yeah, these are blending. I don't know if this is a different matte formula for her. Like, not that it's not always good, but like, y'all, these are incredibly pigmented and incredibly easy to use. Like, I'm pretty damn thrilled, you guys. I'm gonna get a little bit more of this shade. And again, just working on my gradient. And I'm happy already. I'm happy with how this is looking. I do want to look at this little blush shade and see if it's, I feel like I could have also gone in with that shade. So what I may do is actually pick up some of this on a different brush and then just kind of dust that down here. And that's really going to give us a beautiful level of cohesion, kind of matching the blush to the eye look. Okay, y'all, look, when we do the other side, we'll come back and we're gonna dive into some shimmer shades. All right, eyes are where I want them for now. I'm gonna go in with the Gourmande Girls Glitter Primer. I did purchase this myself. It is my favorite primer of all time as far as glitter primers go. It's quite thin. And the reason that I like this, I do speak to this every time I use it, it is very thin, almost like a serum, so the consistency is great. It sets down and kind of gets a little bit tacky in no time. And as you can see, it is not disrupting my mattes underneath, which that's not a deal breaker. You know, most of them that I've used tend to do that, but it doesn't do that. And it's like, I love it. It's lightweight, it's the best. I really like it. All right, next up, I'm gonna go into, because I have to try it, the Elixir of Life. And it's this really pretty flaky, like multi-dimensional type of shade. And I'm actually gonna try to aim to not get this up to full opacity because that's not what I'm looking for. But it's incredibly pigmented and quite opaque. I want to kind of make it, that's perfect. I want to make it a little bit less intense. Oh my gosh, y'all, the sparkle, of course you'll see this up close. Again, just tapping. I'm not going in again and trying to get like full opacity here because this is quite opaque. Oh my gosh, that looks like a sparkling night sky, and I am not mad at that at all, you guys. Oh, that is so dang pretty. Now, I am conflicted because I thought I was gonna go in with this green, but I don't know that I want to do that. It's like an iridescent with a very strong green, like very green shift with like a little bit of like peachiness from what I'm seeing. But I don't think I'm gonna use that. I think I wanna go in with this one, like that I used as my highlighter shade, because this kind of reminds me of a shade that I really love that they no longer make anymore from a brand. So I think that's what I gotta go for. So I'm gonna go in with this brush right here. This is called La Mer. And I'm going to pop it on the inner corner. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. You could also go in with your finger. A lot of times I will do that, and I probably will today to just kind of intensify it. But you can also go in with a silicone applicator. You could wet your brush. You can use an old school sponge. And if y'all are not new here, then you already know whatever I put on my inner corner, I do like to flick it up. And it just, for me, it just ties in the look all together. It makes it a little bit more cohesive. Plus, I have hooded lids, so I really like to keep this part of my eyes very open and light and bright. I also think that this look, kind of thinking back to doing like a purple and green look recently, I think that green would have looked really beautiful. As far as like being on the inner corner. But oh my gosh, that shade. Oh, that is spectacular, you guys. Spectacular. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful, you guys. I think I am gonna have to go into that green. It's just calling my name. This is Strand. And I'm gonna put that, yes, that's gorgeous. Put that right here. I definitely am seeing some peachiness. So I think if you did like this blush, this blush, that would be complimentary for sure. Yes. 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 All right, I'm gonna do some finishing touches. I'm gonna go in with my Fine Beauty white eyeliner, the best white eyeliner on the planet in my personal opinion, and in Janet's opinion. Janet, if you're watching, I love you, girl. And then I'm gonna throw on some rhinestones. I'll be RP. All right, y'all. I love this look. Look, I'm petitioning right now. Christina, I'm gonna need you to share this on your wall, girl, because this look is looking. I'm gonna finish up with the Gourmande Girls Lip Oil in Pink Sparkle. I did purchase this myself, and I thought it would be perfect. Oh yeah. All right, y'all, that is the finished look. I'll get up close in just a second. The gems are from Amazon. The mascara is Too Faced, the Ribbon Wrapped Lash. And that is my completed look using the Call of the Sirens palette from Gourmande Girls and the Mermaid Magic palette from Gourmande Girls. I will get up close. I am absolutely thrilled, you guys. Thrilled. And that is it. What do you guys think of this collection? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm absolutely thrilled. I hope that this is showing up to you guys as beautiful as this looks in person, because y'all, this is one of my favorite looks I have done in a long time. Like, this is gorgeous, and you guys could see, even though It's a little bit more of a look than I kind of tend to do. There's a little bit more bells and whistles, if you will. Still very beginner friendly. That is something that is super important to me here on my channel, is making sure that no matter your skill level, you can come in and watch a video, you can follow along, and you can do the same types of looks that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 yellow hearts, of course. I love it. I love the look. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, of course, to Gourmande Girls for gifting and sending this my way. Don't forget you can use code RIRI10 for 10% off. Thank you for coming into my space. Thank you for allowing me into your space. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you to my beautiful channel members. I love you all. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.